Have you ever wondered why breakups hurt so much? It's a question that has troubled many of us, and the answer may surprise you. You see, our brains are not good at differentiating between physical and emotional pain. The same neural pathways light up when we feel the sting of rejection as when we stub a toe or burn a finger. This is why heartbreak can feel almost physically painful. And then there's love. Love is a survival mechanism, hardwired into our biology. It binds us together, ensuring our survival as a species. So when love is lost, our brains interpret it as a threat to our existence. This is why the end of a relationship can feel so devastating, so overwhelming. But don't despair. Knowledge is power, and understanding the science behind your pain can help you navigate through it. So, it's not just in your head. Breakups do hurt, but understanding why can be the first step towards healing. Now that we understand why breakups hurt, how does one start healing? Just like any wound, healing from a heartbreak follows a process. It's not linear, and it's not the same for everyone, but it's a journey that we all must embark on to mend our hearts. One of the first steps on this journey is going through the stages of grief. You might be familiar with them: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. These stages aren't sequential, and they don't have a set timeline. You might find yourself looping back to anger after you thought you've reached acceptance, and that's okay. It's all part of the process. Denial may shield you from the initial pain, while anger might fuel your drive to move on. Bargaining can lure you into a maze of what-ifs and if-onlys, but it's often in the depths of depression where you confront the stark reality of your loss. And then, when you least expect it, you may find yourself at the doorstep of acceptance. And remember, reaching acceptance doesn't mean forgetting. It means understanding and acknowledging that life has changed, and so have you. But traversing through these stages of grief doesn't have to be a solitary journey. Reach out to friends, family, or even professional help if you need it. They can provide a listening ear, a comforting word, or a different perspective. And let's not forget the importance of self-care. It's not just about bubble baths and chocolates, although those can be nice. Self-care is about respecting your feelings, setting boundaries, and nurturing your mind and body. It's about picking up a forgotten hobby, exploring new interests, or simply allowing yourself to rest. Now, about time. There's a study that suggests that most people start to see an improvement after 11 weeks. But don't let that number be a deadline. Healing isn't a race. It's a personal journey that unfolds at its own pace. Healing takes time, but with self-care and support, we can all move forward. Healing is one thing, but how do we truly move on after a breakup? Moving on is an art that requires us to first accept the reality of what has happened. This acceptance doesn't mean we are okay with the situation. Rather, it's acknowledging the reality that things have changed. It's about letting go of the hope of what could have been and embracing the truth of what is. In the midst of this acceptance, we find hope. Not the kind of hope that wishes for a reunion, but the kind that looks forward to the possibilities that lie ahead. This hope is what fuels our ability to move on. Then comes the concept of post-traumatic growth. Breakups, as painful as they may be, can be catalysts for personal development. They can lead to self-discovery, increased resilience, and even a greater appreciation for life. Moving on isn't about forgetting. It's about growing from our experiences and looking forward to the future. So, what have we learned about healing after a breakup? Well, we've discovered that heartbreak can indeed be a deep and searing pain, a wound that affects us both emotionally and physically. But we've also learned that this pain is not forever. It's part of a healing process that takes time, patience, and a lot of self-love. We've explored how this healing process involves a series of stages, much like grief, where we come to terms with our loss, understand and accept our feelings, and eventually reach a place of acceptance and hope. We've also talked about the importance of moving on, of using this experience as a stepping stone to better understand ourselves and our needs in relationships. It's about growing, evolving, and finding the strength to love again when we're ready. Remember, it's okay to hurt, it's okay to take time to heal, and it's more than okay to grow and move forward. You're not alone in this journey.